Let's save ourselves some time by creating a filing system that we can actually use, learning how to save the projects that we should actually be saving, and create some card-based templates that we can use over and over again. Hi, I'm Brenda Lambert. I'm a TJC licensed instructor for Silhouette. You found your way to Silhouette Success. There's a lot to cover in this video, so let's get started. Before we start creating files, we need a place to put them so that everything stays organized and we can find them easily in the future. Let's go down to our taskbar down at the bottom, click on our File Explorer, and I'm going to go over to my portable drive, create a new folder, and label that Studio Files. Now within that folder, I'm going to create another folder and call it Card Bases. Let me capitalize that. Now within this folder, I'm going to create more subfolders. The first one is going to be A2, and this is where we'll save our first projects. We will also end up having an A6, an A7, possibly a slim fold, Z-line, gatefold. We can grow our list of folders as we go along. I do recommend saving to an external drive, but if you prefer using your Silhouette library, we can click there to bring up our library. I'm in Designs right now. To add a new folder, you want to right click, click on New Folder. We're going to label this one Card Bases. We don't really need to label a studio file for this. Then we can go into our Card Bases. This folder is empty. Again, we will right click, New Folder, and label this one as A2. Now to create the A2 base, we're going to grab a rectangle and just pull that out. It is selected. Now we can go up to the top here. Our aspect ratio button is unlocked at this point. That is what we want. We're going to change the size of one side, then the other, so we have the perfect rectangle. The width on this card is going to be 8.5, and the height is going to be 5.5. Next, we'll need our score line. We're going to hold down our shift key as we pull that out. And at this point, you want to decide if you're going to have a solid score line that you can use with your embossing tool, or if you want to switch it over to a dashed line that will cut with your AutoBlade. This is a matter of preference. Choose which one works best for you. I'm going to set mine back to a solid line so that I can use the embossing tool with it. I'm going to select both pieces now and center them. Go back to just the single line, over to the send page now, and both of mine came in as score lines. So I want to select the card base, click over to Tool 1. Now the card base will cut, the score line will score, and these settings will be saved as long as we save it as a studio file. But you want to save the whole project as a studio file, not just this selection. Back to design, we can select both pieces, right click and group, and the actual A2 base is done. But I want to take it one step further. I want to add a few decorative panels that are just ready to go. So the finished size of this card is going to be 4.25 inches by 5.5 inches, and I like to create my decorative panels so that they are a ½ inch smaller than the base panel. So I'll set the height on my panel to 5, and the width will be 3.75. Now if I set the panel on top of the card base, you can see that I'll have a nice border all the way around. I can set this off to the side, and you can make others as well. You can create pockets or frames, whatever you typically use when you're building your cards. You want them set off to the side, maybe in a different color, but this is going to save a ton of time. And I highly recommend that if you like to make your own coordinating envelopes for your cards, set that in this file as well. Now we are going to go up to File, down to save as, not save selection, save as, save to my hard drive for this one. And my A2 folder is already pulled up. Let's double click into that and name this A2 and square. Saving it as a Silhouette Studio file, click OK. Now we can open up a new mat, click on File, Merge, and bring in the A2 square, and you can see it opened up exactly as I saved it. When we go over to the send page, again, you can see the red lines are cut lines, the center is blue. That will score. So everything is set up perfectly. Now I'm going to select these and delete. The next thing we're going to work on is also going to be an A2 card, but this time we're going to make the corners rounded. So our finished size is going to be 4.2 by 5.5. Again, let's grab our rounded rectangle this time. This is a little bit different. We're going to pull that out, and I like to use the red nodes here to adjust my rounded corners just a little bit. Once you have them set, you can right click and convert this to path. Now each panel should be 4.25 inches wide, but I'm going to set mine to 4.26, and this will make sense in just a second. Oh, I need to unlock my aspect ratio button and enter 5.5 for the height. Okay, this is the size of one panel of a standard A2 card. Let's duplicate. We can line up the edges, bump it over so that it overlaps. Now we're going to select both, right click, and weld. The reason I made the panel a little bit wider is because we needed the two to overlap when we weld. Now you can see that this is actually 8.487 inches. We can adjust this one more time up here to 8.5 just so that it's exact. We need our score line. Let's select our line, hold down our shift key and draw that out. We can select both and center. Over to the send page, everything is set to cut, so let's select just our line and click over to Tool 2 for that. Design, select both, right click, and group. Now I should have duplicated my original panel first, but I did not. So we're going to take a roundabout way of doing this, but we're going to duplicate. Let's ungroup. We don't need this center line anymore. Delete that. We can pull up the editing points. Start here and just click on the backspace button on our keyboard until we have a rounded rectangle. This is going to be the exact size and shape of the one panel. And I'm working on a decorative panel now. I need it a little bit smaller. Our height is going to be 5. And our width is going to be 3.75. That's going to give us a nice edge all the way around. We can set our decorative panel off to the side. Now we can go up to File, Save As, Save to Hard Drive, head over to Card Bases, click on A2, and this one we are going to save as A2 Rounded, and click OK. Now I have two variations of the A2 card ready to use. You can use these same techniques on all of the standard sizes or make up your own size, whatever you want to do, but you can save templates for A2, A6, A7. We can do a slimline card, square cards, whatever your heart desires, but you want to make a new folder for each one. You can also screenshot this information so that you have the sizes ready for you to create. I do real quick want to show you how to make a gatefold card and a Z-fold card. But let's start with a gatefold. We are going to go with a squared off rectangle. Just draw that out. Once it's selected, we're going to set our width to 8.5. Unlock that aspect ratio button. We're going to set our height to 5.5. The difference here is creating the score lines. Grab a line, hold down our shift key, pull that straight down, and then we're going to duplicate it. We will need 2 score lines for this. Now I'm going to take each one of these score lines, set it in the middle at the edge of my rectangle. Take the other one and set it in the middle, but again at the edge on the other side. Now with this selected, I want to use my distance up here to bring this in so that the back panel of my card is 4.25. So that means each side has to be half of 4.25, which comes out to 2.125 inches. So let's set our distance to 2.125. I'm working with the score line on the right hand side, so I need to move that over to the left. Now we need to select just this score line, click on the right button now. Head over to send, select our lines and switch those over to tool 2 because I will be using my embossing tool. Go back to design, select all of our pieces here, right click and group them together. File, save as, save to hard drive, switch over to card bases. This one I'm going to save as Gatefold. I did not make a folder for that one because I'm not going to do one with rounded edges for the Gatefold. You can if you like. The last template that I wanted to demonstrate is actually called a Z-fold card. Now the measurements are going to be the same as the Gatefold card. We're still going to need 2 different score lines for this. So I'm going to right click and copy, open up a new page, right click and paste, right click and ungroup. Now I can select all of my pieces and align left, so both of my score lines are all the way over to the edge here. Now I'm going to select just one of my score lines, go up to my distance and adjust this so that it's set to 2.125 and click move to the right. I'm going to select my other score line, adjust my distance to 4.5 and click move to the right again. We can head to the send page, check that our lines are set to the right tools, go back to the design page, select all of the pieces, right click and group them together. Now this one is ready to save as well. Let me know in the comments which card base you use most often. Go create something amazing and I will see you in the next video.